All right, so this is the next AoE farm. We're in the Sunken Temple, which is located here. If you're Horde, you can do it from Stonard. And then for the Alliance, it's down here in the Blasted Lands in this Netherguard Keep. There's not an inn here, but there's a mailbox and there is a repair. So you can go there to do repairs and stuff if you need to. Unfortunately, we can't bind ourselves there, so I usually just fly back to Stormwind and then fly back out when I need to. Anyway, this one we can do, we started 44 to 54 in Zul'Farrak, and now from 54 on, we're going to stay here until we hit 60. It gets easier. It's one of these that, sort of like Zul'Farrak, it's harder at the early levels. It's a much steeper learning curve. You take more damage, you don't resist as much, and yeah, it's just kind of unpleasant. You aggro things a little bit further, so you have to be a little bit more precise with your movement, which means as you level, it gets easier and easier. Build I didn't show last time. It's a standard kind of 32 frost build. We don't take frostbite because we don't want to freeze the target, but we take a lot of other stuff. Arcane. This one you don't really see on the arcane tree for this AoE farm, but for this specific Sunken Temple one, this is huge. We get hit by nature spells a lot, and so if we can start resisting those, which gets also improved as you level up, that will also restore mana. So kind of crazy, but you can get a lot of mana back when you resist, so this is pretty important. We got some clear casting going. This is huge, increasing by your int. Rest of this isn't too important. One of the things in here is we actually want nature resistance. So I have a lot of weird, like Venom Shroud legs, Venom Shroud mantle. I have 2 nature resist rings. These are stupidly expensive, so I could only afford like one decent one. These are, it's fine. And then the big thing is this staff. It's a BOE staff. This is like best in slot, so with the money that you save, actually you should grab this at level 49 when you're doing Zul'Farrak. Hopefully you have enough money for it. It's worth it. And it has 15 nature resist, which is a nice bonus for this particular farm. So that puts me at 101 with mage armor up. So when we're actually in the kill phase, we're going to be using mage armor, and we're going to have a decent amount of resist. It says fair. So I am going to pop on these 3. So we're going to start fresh with those. I have nature protection potions right here. Buy a ton of them. Don't buy the greater ones. They're way too expensive. These ones are fine. What they do is they'll last until you take X amount of damage or a certain amount of damage, and then they'll wear off, and then you can use another one. This is remaining from the last one. If you're coming in fresh, I wouldn't use it until you get set up in the kill phase. Otherwise, you might end up wasting it because you're not ready. Other thing I need to do is refill my my own mana stuff here. Mana gem, mana citrine, mana jade, mana agate, all 3 of them. And then I have mana potions as well in case I need them. Try not to use potions too much because we want to save our cooldowns for these nature protection ones while we're in here. Plenty to drink. And then we should be ready to go once we top off here. So this is, I would say this is a bit more sketchy. And it's also, the jumps in here are very dependent on, which route you went with your mage. So for me, as a gnome, I have specific jumps I can make and specific jumps I can't make. So when you're watching guides, you have to find the one that matches. I've heard humans cannot do this, which probably also means like undead cannot do this. I don't know if that's true. I can't test it. I mean, I could if I really wanted to, but I just want to get it done. So humans might not be able to do this. Trolls can do this. Gnomes can do this. So what would be left is humans and undead, and I don't know if they can do that. Anyway, now that we're filled up, we're going to pop our shields here. This guy is always Bele here. It's undead, so we can't use a sheep on it. So we just want to try not to get hit. So we're going to use our Cone of Cold there to slow him down a little bit and preserve our shield as much as possible. Now we're going up the stairs. I usually blink up the second set of stairs. There's a pat in here that you'll find on the stairs or past it. We didn't really see him that time, but we're hugging this now, right to the right. I can't really line of sight that cast for some reason. Now, this is the most important part, this jump. We're going to go by these skeletons, and we're going to jump off at this angle, and then we're going to flash before we hit the ground. If we do it right, we shouldn't aggro anything back here. Now, this is also tricky because they kind of move around. So what I do is I jump over this edge here, but you do have to pay attention to where you're at. If you get aggro here, it's very unpleasant because you're going to be panicking trying to make this jump. But we made it without any aggro. So now I'm going to reset my shield. And then this jump right here is very annoying. You have to kind of not stand completely flush against the wall, but slightly back, then jump, and then in midair press forward. Takes a while to get used to, but if I'm being attacked while I'm doing it, I probably rarely make the jump because I'm panicked and also getting stunned and stuff, and it's just unpleasant. You need to stay on here, so take your time. You don't need to rush through this area. If you fall off, it's pretty nasty, so just take your time. Now, these dragons are going to aggro on me, which is fine. We need to get to a reset spot. This is kind of annoying. If you go right against the wall, you'll kind of like trip and fall off the edge here. So stay more towards the other edge than the wall side there. It should be fine. And now everything should be reset except for these two big dragons. So I'm going to go here to reset them. I'm just going to back up until they reset. And now we can catch our breath. Now we're out of combat. This is the next place. We're going to set up here. We're going to get prepared for the next phase of this. So the next phase is I'm going to grab or I'm going to pull these dragons and then stack them on the boss, on this shade. And that's going to activate the boss. And what the boss does when he activates is all of the dragonkin, basically in the entire zone, in the entire dungeon, are going to run to the boss. It's about 70 enemies. They're going to run and stack on top of the boss. So while they're doing that, we're going to be resetting to get out of combat, let them all stack up, then we're going to gather them and kite them around. You should have a mental checklist, and I miss this stuff a lot. First, make sure that you have all three of these. I forget these so many times. Make sure you have all three of these. That's the main thing. Buffs are still good here. You don't need to use your nature protection yet. Now what I'm going to do is I'll walk up to here, make sure your mana's full. I'm going to move up because this will render them in. And then I'm going to activate my ice barrier right now. And then I'm going to back up. And I can go ahead and do mana shield as well. I'm not going to pull them yet. I want to cycle around once because I want my mana shield's timer to be down far enough that I can cast it again. So here he comes. They're going to do that. And then we want to target the back one. His name starts with an M, Morphaz. And then I need to cast, as soon as he's in range, I need to cast Frostbolt. Like that, because he'll get out of range really quickly. Now I'm going to run until I'm one diamond square away from the boss, and then I'm going to turn around and cast Counterspell as soon as he's in range. Come back here and wait. We have to wait for the boss to yell. As soon as he yells, I'm going to pop this again. There we go. Then I'm going to flash, and then this you can just walk onto. And then this will reset the dragons. They're no longer going to be able to attack me. Again, take your time. To do it safely, we're going to go around this candle, around the far side of this candle. We can see the dragons there. And then flash across. And then just be careful if they're really close to the side here. You're going to want to like wait. But we have to run here because we have to render the mobs in. If we're too far away, the mobs like that. If we're too far away, the mobs won't actually render in to go to the boss. So by coming here, we're actually rendering all of the mobs possible to come to the boss. While I'm doing this, I'm changing to Mage Armor and I'm resetting Dampen Magic. And then we're moving. Now we have everything, I believe. Try to get there kind of quickly. And we're going to see them start, they're moving towards the boss. Now I'm going to do like drink, whoop, 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 whoop. Careful, sometimes they get stuck. I don't want to get aggro here. I'm going to go ahead and do this now. And then drink, stand up, drink, stand up. So just we're getting this little ticks here. And then I don't want to wait too long because they will start to reset. So this is long enough. Now I do my rank 1 Blizzard here to get them activated. And then I turn around and I need to flash quickly because I'm getting chased by those big dragons. And now I can pop my Nature Protection Potion. If I don't have one, this is when you would do it. And now those dragons reset, and we're getting chased by all of the other dragons there, all the other dragonkin. Now I want to start working on stacking them up. So right as I get to here, I like to turn around and then cast rank 1 Blizzard on the first one and try to get a good group of them. The big issue is there's casters, and they'll start casting on you, which stops their movement. But that should be enough to kind of get them stacked up decently. Now what I'm going to do is run right between these two skulls, straight ahead, and there's a hallway here. You might see enemies at the end of the hallway. That's fine. That means they didn't render in time. They'll still come. Then we jump on here, jump up to here. I'm going to shield, and then I'm going to ice block as soon as they start passing me. Because what happens is as they walk past, they'll kind of swipe at you as they go past. But they're trying to hit me from underneath now. So they're going to go down the stairs and then try to whack me from underneath. And so I have time. It takes a little time for them to get set up, but not too much time. So you don't want to wait too long. You want to get set up. I turn the camera, and then as they come around, you need to be out. Otherwise, it's not going to cast, and then boom. We want them to be in it. Now, the first round, I'm just going to kind of test where I'm at with stacking. I'm not actually going to cast my rank 4. That's still rank 1. Then I'm going to hop up here, and I'm pretty happy with how they're stacked. So the next time I do it, I'm actually going to start. My shield's still up, so I'm not going to pop this yet. So we do it again, and now I'm going to actually try to blast them. So wait till they're on it, like that. 1, 2, 3, and now, oh, I missed it. Okay. Now we're getting most of them in this rank 4. I think we're doing well. Now, don't get too greedy here. I'm going to jump away. I got to hit my shield. I didn't have my shield up. That was really dangerous, actually. They're slow, so you can kind of jump away and get back up here like that. Okay. Big thing is just stay calm during this. This is very stressful, especially first times you're doing it. Just stay calm. Drop this down. Sometimes you'll see they'll just run right through your blizzard, which sucks. There's not much you can do about it. Now, because I have nature resist, that's not actually interrupting my cast, which is nice. Also, my shield is up. So that's super nice for dealing with that. Put my shield back up again. Everything's looking great. I'm going to go ahead and use my mana citrine now so that I can get my mana kind of topped off. We're doing really, really good here. Now, you can cast on them as they're walking back, but I found that it's hard to tell if they're all being hit. So what happens is sometimes there'll be separation, and you'll have a huge separation in mobs. By only doing it when they're going towards you, it's much, much safer, and it ends up being faster because if you get a separation between your groups of enemies, you're going to have a really bad time with it because you'll kill half of them and then the other half will be far behind, and you'll be basically doing the whole kill phase again, and it's very unpleasant. You'll be out of mana trying to manage it. Okay. Good. Very good. Okay, get up. And then we go here to... Ooh, he actually whacked me. If you get there too quick, they'll whack you. It's okay. But we do this to line of sight the casters. There's no way to line of sight them while we're casting Blizzard, but we can get up there quickly. Now I'm going to use another Nature Protection because it was down. And then we'll just continue on. Once again, we don't wait too long, but wait long enough to catch your breath. Don't try to get them right as they're going back. You know, just take your time here. Chill. If you rush, that's when you make mistakes, and that's not going to help you go faster at all. We get a full channel here. Beautiful. Jump back up. Let them run away. Okay. And this is going really well. Mana's looking good. We still have evocation up if we need it. I'm going to recast my shield. I don't know how much was left on it, so we rank 1 to wrangle. Okay, see, this one's scuffed. If you see that happen, you just reset it. I mean, you just jump up. Sometimes they just run right through, and it sucks. There's nothing you can do about it. Don't compound it by trying to stay in there when they're doing it. Just reset. Now we're going to have, well, that 1 is going to be first. Oops. 1, 2, 3. It looks good now. Pretty well wrangled. Pretty good damage. We're not going to get the full ticks. That's okay. I'm going to back up. Let our things go. And we're doing great here. There's no reason to freak out. I'm going to go ahead and use a mana jade now. I'm trying to use the ones that I can replenish. Danny doesn't replenish. Okay. Get in position. Err on the side of having it out a little bit more. Boom, perfect. 1, 2, 3. Right as we get the third tick, that's when we start blasting. This is a full cast here. This is beautiful. As they start to slow down, you can get more full casts in. I really don't go for 2 unless they're like just completely dead. I think 1 more go and we should be pretty good. I might do a little gamble here. I might use rank 4 for both ticks here because I think we're in a good spot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and just rank 4 or max rank right off the bat. I say rank 4. I don't know what my max rank is. Oh, and now we'll just start dropping the rank 4 down right away. And then we'll drop another one down when this ends. And I think we're done. Yes, our food. That's how you know your food is active again. You're out of combat. And now we loot. And there's a lot to loot here. And, you know, I feel like this is the main thing, though. When people are recording their runs, even the one I just did, it was after I was really warmed up. I actually had a few deaths, a few mistakes, a few things. I wasn't in the zone, and it's perfectly normal. So it's going to be very frustrating at first, and there's going to be runs. Also, there's just bad luck. They're just runs where you get aggro or you get bad luck with those dragons knocking you around and throwing everything off, and then you can't get everything wrangled up, and it can get nasty. You start getting better at dealing with that, but sometimes you just can't save it, and you just die, and you come back and do it again, and it's still worthwhile because you get a lot of experience. Even at 56, I'm getting quite a lot of experience here. And that's awesome. So if we look at how much experience I got from that yesterday, I guess because I just finished. I end up getting, wait, how do I print this? I don't know what that does. I ended up getting 26,187 experience from 72 mobs. I got 4 gold, 84 silver, which is about normal. Somewhere between 4.5 and 5.5 is pretty common there. It's a very good run here. 20 minutes, pretty normal. I was talking for some of it, but yeah, you can see 24 minutes. 15 minutes on that one. That was really good. It didn't feel like 20 minutes. How long have I been recording for? I've been recording for 17 minutes. So, oh yeah, I sat in the zone before I got my recording set up. So, yeah, you saw it actually took about 15 minutes to complete because I spent about 5 minutes yapping at the beginning. So, just hop out, reset, and do it all over again. You got a lot of crap that you got to deal with. I have a lot of, I just end up disenchanting all of it because I don't want to deal with it. I also got this add-on called Dejunk. So that'll organize it in order from lowest value to highest value. And we can just destroy some of this stuff in order. I just kind of keep these ones here, the ones that are worth a gold or more. But even those I might end up destroying. And then what we got left is some stuff to disenchant. But anyway, it's a fun run. It's pretty chaotic and crazy, but it's not all that terrible. You guys can do it. Oh, I didn't have my camera on. I was recording in the wrong scene. That's okay. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye.